Hello and welcome to another session of our spoken English class. Today we are going to talk about something essential in all types of communication: politeness in conversation. No matter where you are or who you are speaking to, being polite can make a huge difference in how people perceive you and how smoothly conversations go. In today's session, we will cover why politeness matters in communication, how to express politeness in English, different strategies and phrases you can use, common mistakes to avoid when trying to sound polite. So, let's get started. Being polite isn't just about following social norms, it's about showing respect for the other person and making the conversation more pleasant. When you speak politely, you are more likely to build good relationships, gain cooperation, and create a positive impression. In professional settings, politeness can help you maintain good relationships with colleagues, clients, or superiors. In social settings, it helps you to get along with people and prevents misunderstandings. Simply put, politeness helps communication flow more smoothly. So, how to express politeness in English? Now, how do you express? There are several ways to do this, and it often depends on the situation. Here are some key strategies. First one, use polite words and phrases like please, thank you, excuse me, sorry, and would you mind? These are essential when you want to sound polite. For example, instead of saying, give me the file, you can say, could you please give me the file? Instead of, I want to speak to you, you can say, may I speak to you? Or may I have a word with you? Second, use indirect language. Being direct can sometimes sound rude, especially in formal situations. So try to soften your language by using indirect phrases like, I was wondering if, or would it be possible to, could you please? For example, instead of saying, I need the report by tomorrow, you can say it like this: I was wondering if you could send me the report by tomorrow. Third one is use conditional language. When making requests or suggestions, using conditional phrases make you sound more polite. For example, could you help me with this? Instead of help me with this. Would you mind passing the salt? Instead of pass the salt. And fourth one, apologize and express gratitude. Politeness often involves acknowledging the other person's effort. Apologizing when necessary and expressing gratitude are essential parts of polite conversation. I'm sorry to bother you, but thank you so much for your help. Next, we will move on to strategies and phrases for being polite. So, let's go over with some common phrases we can use in different situations. First one, asking for permission. May I or could I? May I sit here? Could I borrow your pen? Second, making requests. Could you please or would you mind? Could you please send me the details? Would you mind helping me with this task? Third one, offering help. Would you like me to? Or can I assist you with? Would you like me to carry that for you? Can I assist you with your bags? Now, responding to requests. Of course. Or I'd be happy to. Of course, I'll be happy to help you. Now, let's see what are the common mistakes that you have to avoid. While politeness is important, there are some common mistakes that learners make when trying to be polite. So, let's take a look at a few. First one, being too indirect. Sometimes if you're too indirect, the other person might not understand what you're asking. For example, if you say, I was wondering if maybe you could consider possibly looking into this. It might confuse the listener. Be polite but also clear and straightforward. Second, overusing apologies. Apologizing is polite, but if you apologize too much, it can become, it can make you sound unsure or overly submissive. For instance, if you keep saying sorry before every sentence, it might weaken your message. Use apologies when necessary, but don't overdo it. Third one is forgetting the tone of voice. Politeness isn't just about the words you use, your tone of voice also matters. Make sure your voice sounds calm and friendly. If you say polite words with an irritated tone, it won't come across as polite. Now we will move on to politeness practice exercise. Yes, now let's practice some of the polite phrases we have learned today. I'll give you a sentence and I would like you to think about how you can make it more polite. Here is a sentence. I need you to finish this by the end of the day. How would you make this more polite? You could say, could you please finish this by the end of the day? Or, I was wondering if you might be able to finish this by the end of the day. Remember to use polite words, indirect language, and a calm tone. So that's all for today's session on politeness in conversation. Always remember that being polite isn't just about following the rules, it's about creating a positive and respectful environment for communication. Whether you are at work, at home, or out with friends, politeness can make your interactions smoother and more enjoyable. In our next session, we will explore body language and how it plays a role in effective communication. Thank you for joining today's class. If you found the session useful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more lessons. Keep practicing politeness in your conversations, and I'll see you in the next class. Goodbye.